Good morning. I thought I would jump on here and do a little bit of a body update. Yesterday I found out that I'm pregnant. So I don't know how far along or anything like that. It doesn't really feel real. So they said roughly 4 to 6 weeks. I'm getting more blood work done today, and then in 2 weeks time I will get a scan where they'll be able to hopefully give me a proper date and take a look and check everything's okay. So I mean, I don't think I look very pregnant. I naturally have like a little bit more on like the lower part of my stomach anyway, but yeah, so definitely not showing, but a good kind of starting point, I guess. The biggest thing I've noticed is literally like my boobs. My boobs are not huge because they were huge to begin with, but that's kind of what gave it away for me. My boyfriend commented, he was like, yeah. And I was like, yeah, I've noticed that as well. And actually running in my sports bras and trying to get them on has been a little bit of a struggle. So I definitely noticed an increase and some swelling there. My skin is also, let me see if you can see that, shocking at the moment. So like, I'm not sure what this is, but it just decided yesterday that was going to be something that was fun. It's still early and I thought I would keep you guys updated, and yeah.
So I am now 12 weeks pregnant, so the first trimester is done, which is crazy to think I'm already a third of the way through. The last clip you saw, I had literally just found out, so I was definitely still processing, I guess, but I'm absolutely thrilled. We're absolutely thrilled, and we can't wait to meet our little peanut in October this year. A little another body update for you guys. So that was, I think I was about 5 or 6 weeks when I filmed the last one that you just saw. So this is me now at 12 weeks. I've definitely put on a lot of size in my lower belly. I actually really love it. I was a bit concerned that I wouldn't like how I looked, and that's just being totally honest. I mean, I know I'm pregnant and that's how you're supposed to look, but I was really worried, you know, just that it wouldn't be, you know, something I'd look forward to, but I actually really love my little bump. I think it's really cute. So I've definitely put on, you can tell in the lower stomach, but I think the top of my stomach is still relatively flat. I have noticed I've lost a lot of my waist, so I don't kind of dip in as much, but that was something that was always like one of the last things to come in for me when I was at my fittest, is when I would see that. And I have also put on a little bit towards my back in the general kind of like love handle area, which again, I'm totally okay with because that's what's helping me grow a baby. For me, the biggest symptoms, I actually didn't get morning sickness, like hardly at all, which I am so grateful for. I know some girls, bless, are like still throwing up at like 20 weeks every day, and I'm so grateful. But I did find my skin absolutely broke out. It was next level. I've never had skin that bad. Even, you know, as a teenager, I don't think it was that bad. You can see these giant pimples on my face, and those are hormonal from the pregnancy. And since then, I had just been, you know, getting the odd 1 or 2, but from about week 8, I want to say, I was so tired and I just wasn't eating the right food as well. So that in combination with the hormones, you know, I was still eating obviously like gluten-free and dairy-free, but I was having like a little bit of refined sugar and unhealthy fats, hot chips. Oh my God, I just could not stop. And so all of that in conjunction with the hormones just made me break out worse than I ever have in my life. So it was really bad even until last week. It's now Tuesday and it's only just settled down, but it also kind of aligns with hitting that 12-week mark when things do start to settle down. So I think everything's just settled at once, and I was actually expecting to get on here and show you guys some really bad skin and like really bad scarring, because it's just been, even the ones that have kind of gone away, I feel like as soon as one's gone, another one's come, and you can still see all of these really dark scars, but they've all just faded quite quickly, which is amazing. I'm so thrilled, because honestly that was the hardest part. Welcome to what is absolutely crazy enough to be my 16-week body update. So full disclosure, I am actually about 16 and a half weeks, but the last couple of days I've been having really big meals for dinner and I feel like I've been waking up really bloated and not just pregnant. So I wanted to give you a more accurate update. As you can see, I've definitely popped. I feel like the last 2 weeks I've just popped. Like there's no other way to explain it. So I feel like I'm at that point where, you know, moderate strangers will ask if you're pregnant, which is good. So I actually really like my bump, despite the fact that nothing fits me and I've spent most of the last few years really striving on achieving defined abs. I actually thought I would be a little bit more self-conscious and not upset, because obviously, you know, it's a miracle of life and I'm so thrilled to be pregnant and I'm so excited to meet my little one. But yeah, the changes you do see in your body are quite hard and they are quite difficult, especially because they kind of go against, I guess, a lot of the physical goals I've personally been working for over the last couple of years. But I actually love my bump. I'm obsessed with it. I actually think it's really cute. I think from the front I kind of do look just a little bit chubby, so I don't really like that view as much, but from the side though I really like it. I think it dips at the top, kind of where my ribs are, and then turns into a bump, which is I think what makes it look more like a pregnant bump. I think that really depends on where your baby's sitting, and it's also why mine's so big. Like mine, let's be serious, mine is huge for 16 weeks. I've seen girls that are still flat. Like some people don't even show until 19 weeks and I'm just over here like, girl. It's sitting quite low in my stomach, so that's why I feel like it's quite accentuated, but it's also, I really like the shape. I've definitely put on weight elsewhere, so I've put on a little bit of weight in my hips, I've noticed. I'm still wearing the same clothes, but they just don't fit as well. Things like activewear, I'm still wearing an extra small, not comfortably. Anything that goes up too high, I have to fold down to sit under my bump, but they just feel a little bit tight. So they fit fine, they feel like they fit fine, but then when I kind of look in the mirror with a tight shirt, you can kind of see that start of like a little muffin hanging over the top, and I'm like, oh, that wasn't there before. That is definitely where I put on weight first. So everyone carries weight a little bit differently, and for me, it's always around the lower stomach and that hip area, so it makes sense that that's where my weight is at the moment. I feel like my arms, and my legs are not too bad. I've maybe put on a little bit of weight in my thighs. I think I've lost muscle and put on a little bit of fat, which again is okay. And then I've just lost so much muscle in my booty, like it is gone. But I think that's mostly due to the changes in my exercise routine, which I'll chat about in a second. Definition in my back has also gone. Again, this is somewhere I was really weak beforehand anyway. I didn't have a lot of definition in my back, but now it's regressed even further. But aside from that, my body is I'm pretty happy with it. It's still pretty similar, but going back and kind of fixing up my exercise routine and getting things back on track there, I think is going to help and make things a little bit easier and a little bit more toned, even if they are a little bit bigger. In terms of my skin, you can see that, thank goodness, my skin has finally cleared up, kind of. You can see I've still kind of got a lot of marks and a little bit of scarring. In the first trimester, I was absolutely breaking out. It was horrendous. Then at about 12 weeks, I started to clear up and I thought, fantastic, life is good again. And at about 13, 14 weeks, I was like, no, that's gone now. And I broke out again really badly, but it's finally cleared up this week actually. So in terms of exercise in my first trimester, up until about week 7 or 8, I was feeling pretty good. I got this weird thing where I didn't get cravings necessarily. I just got really weird aversions. So I was really like off things. Just had this really weird aversion to the gym. Like I just had no time for the gym. I did not want to go. I couldn't think of anything worse. So I was working out at home and I was going for a lot of runs, you know, 3 to 5K runs, and I was still maintaining pretty good times. After I hit about week 8, that kind of fell apart as well. I was so tired. I was exhausted. I came home and I could not be bothered with anything. Like even cooking dinner was a struggle, which led to way too much eating out, which was a bad time because even when you order healthy things when you eat out, it's still nowhere near as healthy as when you cook it yourself. And it's also really bad for your wallet. But yeah, so all I was doing was walking. I would drag my poor boyfriend and we would go for like hour-long walks most days. And that was literally the only physical activity I was getting. But when we got back from New Zealand, I think that was a really nice break. And I also think just giving yourself a little bit of a break when you need it was really good for me. I came back and I really wanted to train. I was really excited to get back into the gym. So I've been going to the gym about twice a week since then. Previously, I was in the gym 5 to 6 times a week. So it's still a huge step back for me, but I'm still going for a lot of runs, even at 16 weeks. So I'm really nervous that there's going to come a point I'm not going to be able to run anymore. I'm in the gym 2 times a week. I'm running 2 to 3 times a week, or doing some kind of, you know, resistance-based thing at home. So it is a lot of body weight. When I'm in the gym, I'm still adding light weights, but I'm definitely not lifting as heavy. I'm feeling much better in terms of my workout, and I do also feel like those are back on track. Food-wise, again, everything kind of fell apart right at the end of that first trimester. I think it's a combination of being so tired and then also just not caring. I didn't want to eat anything healthy, so there was very low motivation. We were eating out a lot. We were going to, there's this place near me called Primal Joe's, and it's like a paleo kitchen, and we were eating breakfast, and they do dinners now as well on some of the weekends. Very expensive, but it is super delicious. Even just things like getting acai bowls for breakfast, going out for brunch, like still ordering salads and healthy things, but just in terms of serving sizes and dressings, it's really hard to stay maintainable. But yeah, since we got back from New Zealand, eating out all the time in New Zealand and cooking really subpar camp food meant I came home and I was just thrilled to be in the kitchen again. It kind of reignited my passion for cooking and healthy eating, and I no longer solely want a diet comprised of hot chips. So I eat quite paleo based, so I'm not super strict on it. There are some things that are definitely not paleo that I do eat, and then there are some things that are paleo that I don't eat because they do affect me. So I think your diet should be all about finding a kind of framework and then editing or modifying it and personalizing it to suit yourself, which is what I've done. But I am going to wrap this video up here. I feel like this is a pretty in-depth update and a little bit of a timeline just to kind of catch you guys up now that I have announced everything on all of my social media. So thank you so much for watching. I'm absolutely thrilled to be sharing this journey with everyone. If you're expecting or if you're recently postpartum, I'd love to hear about your experience as well, so please comment below. Thank you so much for watching. If you did like this video, please don't forget to hit subscribe and the like button, as it does really support my channel, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.